Well, good morning, children of God. This is Randy, and I'm kind of in the woods. Well, literally. Sorry about that. I wasn't paying attention to the camera where it was pointing. I found this park just a few miles from where I live. I'll walk around and show you something a little different today. Hopefully you will like this. Let's go this way. This, I believe, is the maintenance shack. This is called Summer Park in Beaverton. As you can see, it's absolutely gorgeous. Let's see what that is. That's for employees only. Well, all right, everybody. The 5 of us. Which way should we go? What do we have here? Let's see. Well, not really supposed to go back there, but there's a path. That way. That way. Let's go over here and look at this. See how close I can get without falling in. I am not wearing hiking shoes or boots. I'm wearing tennis shoes, so it's slippery and wet after all the rain. But look at this creek. One of my favorite things to do is just to go out and explore the beauty of God's creation. Finding the mysteries of the kingdom of God. There are different paths we can go on, but what leads us to life? What leads us to the waters? The living waters of Jesus Christ. Father, give us direction right now, Lord. Which way do you want us to go? What do you want us to hear? What do you want us to see? What do you want us to ignore? What do you want us to avoid? Let it be your voice, Lord, that directs us as we go forward on this journey of life. So we're going to continue from here. Now let's check out something different. So as we continue our path, so here you can see kind of a path that's not very clearly defined or marked out. Or should we take the path that's more accessible? I think the discovery and the answer comes from an active, constant relationship with God Himself. When you start your journey, you may only see the path directly ahead of you, and it may not be obvious where it leads to. And even if you come to a point in your journey where it splits off again in different directions, and asking God, okay, Lord, I know I'm only 10 steps into my journey, but what direction should I go now? Let's go this way. I wanted to look at this tree. That's quite unique. If I had the ability to climb, it'd be kind of cool to climb up there and sit in that little branch. Well, it's not little. It's about 3 feet in diameter, actually. I'm in no shape or do not have the correct gear for climbing. So let's not do that. I don't know if this is all natural or... I mean, they do maintain this. It's a city park. So I don't know if all these trees laying down are maintenance, wind, age. You know, the trees just become so old they die and break off. This is even cooler. Cool, as we continue on, here's a bridge from the path. And this is part of that creek we saw running down. It comes flowing from several different directions. Favorite, there's ducks floating around. And I like ducks, they're funny, they're colorful. So as we cross the bridge, is it possible there's points in life where there's bridges that cross over the waters that would otherwise hinder us? There may either be times where the water's too deep and God asks you to cross in the middle of the water like the children of Israel did. The good thing is, if God's asking you, you know He's already provided a way. Well, we've traveled a little further. You can see in the distance, that is Summer Lake. There's a pretty good sized island right in the middle, and some beautiful houses around it. If you turn this way, there's a huge field right up the residential area. Look like they've been using it for soccer. That'd be cool to live here. You just walk out your back door and go to the park. Alright, you'll come down the hill. There's a playground up there. I'll show you that a little later. But right here, this isn't actually the lake I was looking for, but it's another good sized lake. I don't know if you can see the sign across the grass there, and it's quite beautiful. So we'll find another area we can get a better view. Alright, back up to the path again. Here is a second bridge. I don't know how many bridges they have. Maybe your crossing requires more than one bridge. There is Summer Lake. Well, as much as I would like to be a fisher, not here you don't. I've gone down the bank here, give you a little closer look at the lake. And I was wondering if I should step right to the edge and chance it. It reminded me of that dream, the vision I had of falling or hanging from a cliff, and God rescued me. Well, I don't want to tempt fate, so yeah, I think this is good enough. I can swim, but I don't want to get wet right now. Here's another view of this beautiful lake. I don't know how this is turning out. It looks dark on the camera. Regardless, I'll post it just the way it is. The thought occurred to me walking down here, as there are several people wandering around. You walk down the path and you automatically think, oh, I need to be on the right side because that's the correct lane to travel in. I grew up learning that my whole life. But if you're in another country, The right thing to do is to be in the left lane. The point is, maybe God's beginning to ask you to rearrange your thinking in general. Maybe he's giving you a change in plans and change in direction. It doesn't mean we need to fight or protest, none of that. It just means actively seeking God where he wants us and why. And even if he doesn't answer, it's okay to just step forward if you don't know, if you don't understand, because he does. So another vantage point right at the edge of the grass on the side of the path. It looks like we've reached the end of the lake. You can see the end of the island, and the water surrounds it. There's actually paths on the other side. To be honest, I don't really want to cross. I probably could. I'd get soaking wet and be freezing cold. But I guess that's the value in seeking God's wisdom. Should I cross or should I go around? And even though this seems the end of the island, the lake, this is what we came for. This is what we were looking for, driving here, walking around, spending time with you. What if it's not the end? What if it's just a minor inconvenience and God has another way around? Just look at the beauty of all that God has created. Begin to ask him, Lord, what direction are you taking me? Teach me to hear your voice clearer. Teach me to depend on you. Should I cross? Or should I go around? Back up towards the path again. I don't really want to invade the property owners. So as you can see, there's a street right there. There's another path that goes that way. But even at the end of the lake, there's a resting place to just hang out and gain perspective. Just a moment of silence. I found a lot of times silence is the best way to hear God. It's just to be quiet and still and wait. I just thought you'd like to see the sun breaking through the clouds as we continue our journey. Look, it's my friends. Check it out. This was all cloudy when I got here. The clouds are parting, man. The sun is coming through. It's actually Summer Lake Park. It's okay. And there's some geese. They're not really known for the best personality, so I don't know if I should bother them and possibly get attacked. So we'll just let them hang out. Let's go back. Let's walk and talk. I think I can do two things at once. Let me try it. Hopefully it's not an epic fail. Who knows? It might be fun. So even though I missed the path to get back, I can always rely on God to point me in the right direction to get me back to where I need to be. In this case, it was simple because I knew where I came from. The point is, I don't really have a good sense of direction, and that's okay. It just pushes me closer to God every single day for direction. There you go. Perfect timing. Got us pushing the clouds out of the way. The visualization of this definitely confers with the vision I had last night. Very cool. Very nice gentleman I just briefly spoke with that owns property here. I wish I would say this is easy, but I've been an introvert my whole life. When I felt God speaking to me about doing a YouTube channel, it's almost like, you want me to expose myself in front of the world? What if they find out who I really am? What if they find out the truth? Then sometimes I'm vulgar and mean. Sometimes I'm angry. Usually I'm broken. But that's the reality. That's who God chooses to use. Because I'm open to His change. Alright, time for my favorite place of all. I left the best for last. Yes, the lake is beautiful. The woods are beautiful. I love hanging out with the animals that just kind of meander around, doing what they do. But my favorite place, a playground. Come on, man. Who didn't enjoy playing a little bit? This one is actually really cool. So if you look, yeah, I don't think I'll try to go down that way. It's almost like a periscope or the controls of a fighter jet. Whatever your imagination can perceive. And there you got part of a lake. It goes under and it goes over to actually Summer Lake, which we just left. I hope this has been a good journey. I hope this has been inspirational for you as it has to me. So just before I leave, I'm gonna have a parting shot that I think sums up everything for today's journey. So here's the ground level perspective of the playground. It's pretty cool, I think. Here's what I like to leave you with today. A place for the children to play and grow. I know it says specifically for the city of Tigard, which is where I'm at. What if I change that? A place for the children of God to play and grow. That to me sums up this journey. I just realized I cannot leave without Can somebody please tell me what this is? So it's almost like a swing. And I thought maybe you put your feet in there and swing. Well, no, you actually sit or stand on it. And there's really nothing to grab onto. Have a great day, children of God.